We're here today with Pickens High School Athletic Director Kyle Rasco. And start off, Coach Rasco, could you please talk about the new facility the high school is working on?
Several years ago, we were talking about ways to improve our facilities. One of the things that we decided to do was, what we wanted to do was try to build a visitor locker room. In that process, we've been doing some research. We've been doing try to figure out fundraising, try to figure out how much it's going to cost and things like that. And so it's kind of been a longer process than it seems. But we went to the board with it about a year ago, and they wanted more research, obviously, because it's a big undertaking. So it's just taken a lot of time. They finally, after we presented it, I'm going to say in January, maybe February, once they got what they wanted, their plans, we were able to move forward. And so they've started already trying to get it done for the upcoming football season. But basically why we're doing it is because it's called a multi-purpose building, and it's going to really go to help several sports. Number one, we'll talk about football. Currently, 2 years ago we had about 130 kids in both middle school programs and our high school programs. Currently we have over 200. And that speaks highly of Coach Parker and his staff. We also combine the two middle schools to one program, so there's no longer JMS, no longer PCMS in regards to football. It's just one middle school team. That's generated a lot of excitement, and so we have a lot more kids. We have over, I believe, 90 kids out here for football with the high school. So, you go through summers, you're going to lose some, but we hope to get somewhere around, like I said, it'd be nice to have 185 by the time. Well, it'd be nice to not lose anybody over the summer, but it's going to happen. But with that growth comes the fact that we have no space. So we're running out of space. So an area that we always use in the back for our visitors was just a small locker room area. So we needed a visitor locker room. Well, that handles football. Cheerleading has always had a Coca-Cola trailer down there, because one of the ways they make money and raise funds is for concessions with visitors. Coca-Cola has kind of gotten out of the practice of doing the trailers. And so this past year was the last time they were going to do that. We like to try to do things a little bit classier here than you've probably seen at some places. And one of the classier things we thought we'd do is build a facility rather than have a 10 by 10 tent with a couple folding tables. And, so basically cheerleading's going to be able to use a concession stand that's going to be added on to as well. Now, you've got concessions for cheerleaders, you've got the locker room for football. Go to soccer season, track, where they dress at now is up here in the school, and they have to travel down there every day. There's no place to go to the restroom, so they have to come all the way up to the school. So sure enough, what we've done is now they're going to be able to dress down there. They're going to be able to use those facilities down there with track meets and with all the soccer meets. I mean, we have now 3 teams that do soccer with our varsity, JV, and 9th grade teams. So we're having an increase in students and student involvement, but we haven't had a lot of the facilities for them. So now we're building that facility for that. The other thing that's going to be down there, and this is more for convenience sake, is we have a place for the officials to dress. In years past, and I don't know if this kind of wasn't coincidental that we had a lot of bad calls, but we had to make the referees walk up the hill. Yeah. And there's some out of shape referees. I hope they're not watching this, but there's a lot of out of shape referees that didn't appreciate that too much. So sure enough, we're going to be able to put them right there in that facility, just straight off the field. So a little change room and shower area. So it's over 2,000 square feet. I think it's right at 2,000 square feet. But again, you're not just helping one sport. To be honest, it will probably benefit the other sports more than football. But it's going to help us to be able to grow more and expand more, maybe get a team room somewhere in there for our team. So we're excited about it. It's moved along faster than I thought it would. Once they approved it, I think we were kind of out of it at that point, and we only could make suggestions. And Mr. Little over at the county office has done a great job with it. So hopefully, I'm excited to see where it comes from. I know they're going to have the walls up today, so just keep moving.
So what's the timetable for it being finished?
Hopefully by the first football game.
Okay.
Hopefully we'll be done with that. It gets a little bit more technical when you start getting in the concession stands and the hot water heaters, stuff like that. But we have a lot of we're trying to do a lot of that work in the county rather than contract that out. You can contract some things out, but we have electricians here, we have plumbers here, in the county that work, so they're using them, they're utilizing that. And so it's not a turnkey operation, but that saves the county money, so that's a good thing, And I really hope their goal is definitely first football game, and if the weather's permitting, it'll probably be done before August, I would think.